Shalom. First and foremost, we want to give all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rakakadash, double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. Peace and salutation to the brother doing his work in sincerity and in truth, the hopeful elect, laboring, wait for the day of Yahweh Shai to return to destroy this place. Now we're going to get into the word of the Lord because, right now, it's Russia ain't playing, man, with the U.S. U.S. is over here. What the Russians are telling the U.S. that, hey, we're not gonna have you going to Syria, like under false pretenses for your own gain, and the U.S. is known. U.S. known as making false flags. They're known for making false flags and trying to enter countries under false pretenses. The world is tired of that. The world is tired of America having their way any way they want to. Brother, we got an article that we want to read to get further understanding. But hey, Russia's not playing. This is Ezekiel coming out in full effect. Go ahead, bro.
This is from RT World News. Its latest came out April 10th. It says we hope you come to your senses. Russia warns U.S. Against illegal Syrian strike, and it says the alleged chemical what's that word? Incident in the mine was only beneficial for the militants. Russians permitted representative to the UN Vassal I don't know how to say that. It's a name. Yeah, you just read this paragraph. The rest of it.
Where should be that?
Yeah.
Vasily Nebenzia said, urging his Western counterparts to explain why Damascus would decide to do so. The purported attack was reported on Saturday amid the evacuation of militants from the besieged towns.
Right. And then that this paragraph from right there.
Okay, this provocation was like a breeze of the fresh air needed by militants who received such timely support from the U.S. and other Western countries. Nebenzia said at the UNSC meeting on Tuesday, he warned that the U.S. and its allies against launching a military action in Syria, bypassing the UN. So
right. Go ahead, bring that.
So they had bypassed the United Nations, and that just goes to show you, man, America's proud. Y'all Obadiah all day, every day. Y'all done bypass the UN, who y'all are a part of.
Right, and that's where the nations are going to the ones that you were with, the nations that you're with. That's why they're gonna end up turning their back on America. America's just game to do whatever they feel like they're doing. And Putin is giving them a basically a strict warning. Don't step into Syria. Hey, basically let them have their own. Let things pan out the way it's going. Let everything pan out the way it's going to pan out. But you're going to step into a place that you have nothing to do with. America's on the other side of the world, trying to police the other side of the world. Go ahead, bro.
Next paragraph reads: If you made a decision to carry out an illegal military endeavor,
illegal. It's so. The Russians said, hey, you step in there illegally, like America's always saying that everything is done illegal. It's like saying they're doing stuff illegal in their own country. It's not your business. The word is illegal is contrary or forbidden by law. Especially criminal. So it's criminal. to do something that's not, you don't have no rights to do in the land that is not yours. You know, so you have no jurisdiction in Syria. Stay away from it. Go ahead.
If you made a decision to carry out an illegal military endeavor, we hope that you will come to your senses.
Did they repeat hope?
I'm gonna read it again verbatim. If you made a decision to carry out an illegal military endeavor, we hope that you wait. We hope with a comma.
It's a comma there, right? You get pause. We hope they making a statement, and we hope.
Yep.
Hope, nigga. Hope you
will come to your senses.
You better think about it twice, and back up.
I'm trying to find out what's the consequences for breaking a world crime.
Well, go ahead, bro.
You will be responsible for it yourselves.
So that's a sound like a threat to me. America's about to step itself into the Third World War via his arrogancy and pride that America is now about to be shut down in the sense of it's gonna be a mutiny of all these nations against America. Right now they've been dropping the dollar, and that dollar is not getting stronger. Other governments are returning that dollar. Shitloads of that shit is coming back to America, which in turn it's making hyperinflation. Everything that used to be $1 is now probably $3-4. Everything that is the gas, we just go by the gas. We get it. I used to fill my tank up with half a tank with $10. Now it takes to fill my whole tank up is probably about $42. To fill the whole tank up. When it used to take $20 to fill my tank up. So everything is double from that point. All right. So America is Russia is basically giving them a stiff warning. And the rest of the world is tired of America's mess.
That's right.
And they have with this pride thing that they can step into any country and not have to check in. They didn't check in with the UN.
Yeah, that's right.
That's
right.
The check in wasn't done. So you're gonna bypass them, the UN, to go straight in, because why? They always step in for making for the Rothschilds for what? Resources. Plus, they can put their missile defense system in a direction close to Russia, so they'll have probably better access when they get into the land, so they can have a defense system that might be able to shoot missiles upon Russia even closer. Okay, so go ahead, bro. That's it. Who got a scripture?
Okay, so this is Habakkuk 2 and 5. But point on it is in 6. Yea, also because he is because he transgresses by wine, he is a proud man, neither keepeth at home, who enlarges his desire as hell, and is as death, and cannot be satisfied, but gathers unto himself all nations, keeping unto him all people. Shall not these take up a parable against him, and a taunting proverb against him, saying, woe to him that increases that which is not his, how long? And to him that leadeth himself with thick clay. So how long is all these nations going to deal with you? How long is these other nations going to deal with that bullshit that America pushes out, going around the world bothering everybody else while they think they can just do whatever they want? Shall they not rise up suddenly that shall bite thee, and await the weight that shall vex thee, and thou shalt be for booty and unto them? So these other nations, all of them are getting prepared for war, and these Russians are hoping, they're double hoping that you just follow the rules, follow the order that's set, but you don't want to. So all these nations are gonna come up against you. Start with Russia. These Russians is going if they gonna get at your ass, man, because you want to just keep doing shit that everyone's telling you not to do. They gonna get at you.
Yeah, appreciate it. Okay, Khan, this is Jeremiah chapter 51, verse 8 and 9. Babylon is suddenly fallen and destroyed. Howl for her, take balm for her pain. If so, be she may be healed. We would have healed Babylon, but she is not healed. Forsake her. And all of these countries, they're about to forsake you, America, modern day Babylon, and let us go everyone into his own country.
Yeah, those are those people that were coming here to trade, those leaders, you know, from other nations, those rich people that came to America because this is a marketplace. You know, so everyone around the world pretty much uses this woman. That's the reason why they call it the whore. You know, everybody is in bed with it. You know, they ship their merchandise here, and then you got different merchants that come here and set up stores and franchises. You know, they come and do their business here. But now, you know, what's happening is, you know, these rich people that are from other nations, and including the Edomites as well, you know, they're seeing that everyone hates this place. They're seeing the economy is on a decline. They're seeing racial tension is on an uprise. You know, they're seeing that because hey, like for an example, down in Venezuela, all right, when all hell was breaking loose, when the people began to mob and riot, who did they go after? They went after Nicolas Maduro. You know, they started attacking government officials. You know, so some of these people from other nations, they're ambassadors for other nations that are here in America. You know, people are gonna go after people that are in a position of government. You know, so these individuals, you know, from these other nations are gonna forsake this place and leave this place. And there's a precept to that right here in Isaiah 13 and 16. Well, I'm sorry, it's 13 and 14. It says, and it shall be as a chase roe, and as a sheep that no man taketh up, that they shall every man turn to his own people and flee everyone into his own land.
All right, so a lot of these nations are gonna go back to their own place where they came from. You know, like right now, you got a whole bunch of Russian diplomats, you got a whole bunch of Russian businessmen. Mm-hmm. They jetting out of here, man. Hey, cause hey, they got the word. You know, they're getting the word, and hey, this place is about to be shut down. Ezekiel's in full effect in this place, man. You know, so it's the Most High is mustering up the host to the battle with these these damn devils, man. Because he's not playing with America and the rest of these nations. The rest of the nations think they're going to destroy America, and they're going to be able to run in the place of America. Hey, no, you know, when you see the skies filled with angels, you're gonna have to shut your mouth and see them niggas that you said was niggas, you know, being beamed up, and watch the Rothschilds and all you Edomites be chained up. But see, these nations are hopping out of this place because what? The Spirit of the Lord is ramping up this war, man, and they know it. A war is in the air, man. Hey, the Syria thing, the threat that Putin was saying to them, hey, they better take heed. You know, because look, you can keep on line bringing propaganda in this world. The propaganda is still just propaganda till the big bully gets socked in his shit when you know. And that's gonna be America, man. Right. So they go in there, and you going to, hey, they can go with Syria, and then America gets go into a small little battle with the Syrians or the Russians just come in, you know, and then it starts off in that nature.
That's exactly how it started off. Especially when you read scriptures like this one right here. If I can find it very quickly, it's in Joel, the second chapter, verse 20, and it reads. It says, but I'll remove far from you the northern army and will drive him into a land barren and desolate, with his face towards the east sea, and his hinder part towards the utmost sea, and his stink shall come up and his ill savor shall come up because he have done great things. So that's talking about America being drawn into that hot region over there. You know, when you read Revelation, the 7th chapter, it tells you about holding back the four winds into the so that the winds won't blow on the four corners of the earth until the Lord has sealed the servants, you know, his servants in their foreheads. You know, the servants is 144,000, and they're sealed already. All right, through the Spirit, and you can tell that they're sealed already because of those angels that are holding things back from starting up in that region. They're being loose. That's the reason why you're seeing those nations gear up for war over in that hot region, you know, which is also prophesied about in Joel. You know, all of these things concerning America and their involvement in the Middle East is prophesied. It was already ordained by the Most High. You know, so once you get fully involved and fully active, and you take your military, because that's eventually what's going to happen, and this could be the beginning of it. So you take your military over into the Middle East, into that hot region, which is the Valley of Yehoshaphat, and that's when that World War III is going to begin. You know, but before World War III begins, we know that this mark of the beast have to be, you know, set up. And there was, I believe it was the Colorado brothers that just brought it out that they're supposed to be implementing the RFID chip this year. You know,
I got you.
I believe it's something that the NDS or something like that, National Defense, something dealing with the national defense, but they want to chip, you know, everybody now.
Yeah, because it's close, you know, and and one reason you're gonna chip them, the main reason that they want to chip because that, first of all, that dollar's gonna collapse. One of the things is because of the dollar's gonna collapse. And first, and another thing is that, you know, it's just to show, when you put that chip in, you're gonna show allegiance to this damn devil, man. So Satan, this goddamn devil wants you to be part of his downfall, you know. So you take that shit, you falling down with that, man. You know. Who got something?
Well, did you read Joel already?
No, we didn't get Joel.
Joel chapter 3, verse 9. Proclaim ye.
I was really gonna start at 1. You know, you can read from 1 to 9.
Joel chapter 3, verse 1. For behold, in those days and in that time, when I shall bring again the captivity of Judah and Jerusalem, I will also gather all nations and will bring them down into the valley of Jehoshaphat.
And this is the beginning of the Most High, the beginning of the Most High bringing back Judah and Jerusalem, which represents Judah and Israel. It started with the prophets coming back on the scene. All right, it started with our elders and apostles. You know, it started with Abba Bivens, you know, who was Elijah the prophet in the reincarnation, if you can receive it. You know, he woke up and he began to preach this word, and thus, you know, through the spirit of Yahweh Shai working through him. Look at all of the great, the flourish, you know, the amount of Israelites that have woken up to this truth. You know, so the beginning of the Most High bringing back Judah and Jerusalem, or Judah and Israel, began with us receiving this message back, and the prophets coming on the scene and prophesying and letting them know exactly who they were. You know, because we lost our identity. According to Jeremiah 17:4, we discontinued from our heritage. But now we know who we are through the Spirit. We've been revived, all right? And we're waiting for the Most High to come, you know, to send his son to raise up us up. But before we get raised up and delivered out of this place, certain things got to happen. You know, the mark of the beast has to happen. And then also the World War III has to happen in the time of Jacob's trouble.
Right. Jacob's trouble is very soon, you know, because if you got that mark, and that mark is gonna come, that means that mark is about to you're gonna have to do things to have that mark, which most of them gonna end up going into the like trying to point out who the men of the Lord is, or, you know, for these goddamn devils, you know, to look at the men that's doing the work on the highways and byways. You know, is your family's gonna turn against you, man. You know, hey, look, this thing is getting so close. It's so close. We're in a hotbed right now. It's just steam. It's cooking. It's simmering. You know, and we can't wait till Yahweh Shema Shah just pours out his spirit on these damn devils. That they just start fighting each other, and then this whole world start going crazy, man. That chip start coming. It's coming soon, like you said. The brother said in Colorado that they about to bring out the chip this year, man. You know, hey, that mean they gonna go in full force with it. They not gonna just not gonna just sit here and lay back and be like, okay, how we gonna ease the tune? No, they gonna get ready and just say, look, hey, y'all gonna take this or die. You better choose it. You better choose your how about Shimon Shah, man. That's right. You know, shit. Go ahead, bro. You got it. Go ahead, bro.
Joel 32. I will also gather all nations and will bring them down into the valley of Jehoshaphat and will plead with them there for my people and for my heritage Israel, whom they have scattered among the nations and part of my land.
Kind of another name for that region is also called Armageddon, you know, in the Hebrew, which means mountain of troops. You know, America, through the spirit of Yahweh Shem Shai, because the Most High is the one who set up this nation, all right? The Most High is the one who set up kings and kingdoms. And he's the one that take down kingdoms as well. You know, he set up America the same reason he raised up Pharaoh. It was so that he would be glorified when he takes his place down. You know, so the spirit that the Most High put in the leaders and in the rich elite banking families that are running America is to go around the world starting shit with all of these other nations. America has no right or no reason to go into Syria. Syria is a sovereign nation. They can govern and take care of their own affairs. They don't need another country or to come in and to dictate what's going on in their region. You know, did any nation intervene when you fucking took the Negroes and the Latinos and Native Americans in slavery? You know, all of y'all rejoice together. You know, so all of y'all are going to receive the same judgment. But basically, my point being is nobody intervened. Nobody intervened when you dropped Fat Boy and Little Man on Hiroshima and Nagasaki. You know, nobody intervened when you had your so-called civil war here, when you had your own people fighting against each other. All right, and you were using weapons against your own people when the North was fighting against the South. Did anybody come to your aid? You know, which I believe, I think the British, you know, were if I'm not mistaken, I'm not gonna say it because I don't know for sure. Somebody, yeah, but pretty much, if you're a sovereign nation, you don't need anybody to come into your country to govern your affairs. And the fact that you're there, and the fact that Israel and America is attacking, you know, Syria, that lets you know you know, pretty much who's behind all of the bullshit. All right, we know that America is giving chemicals to the rebels to use on the people. You know, you're behind that just so that you can have an excuse, and you're letting Israel get involved with them just so that you can have an excuse to go into that land because you want to take over Syria, you want to take over Iran. All right. So this is Revelation 16 in verse 12. It says, "And the sixth angel poured out his vial upon the 13. It says, "And I saw three unclean spirits like frogs come out of the mouth of the dragon, and out of the mouth of the beast, and out of the mouth of the false prophets. For they are the spirits of devils working miracles, which goeth forth to the kings of the earth and of the whole world, to gather them to the battle and to the great day of the Most High Almighty. Behold, I come as a thief. Blessed is he that watcheth and keepeth his garment, lest he walk naked and they see his shame. And he gathered them together into a place called in the Hebrew tongue Armageddon." You know, so the Most High is putting it on your spirit to get these nations stirred up, you know, for World War III. You know, to piss them off, and so that you know that great war can happen. And what's going to happen in that great war is all of you nations are going to be destroyed.
I got it for you.
You got that.
This is the book of Obadiah, in verse 7, and it reads, and this is speaking about Esau. You know, this is pertaining to modern day Babylon, America. All the men of thy confederacy have brought thee even to the border. The men that were at peace with thee have deceived thee and prevailed against thee. They that eat thy bread have laid a wound under thee. There is none understanding in him. So, all these nations that you were so-called in cahoots with, that you were cool with, America, now they done took the monies that you done gave them, and they done got their armory up. They done tricked you. But it was prophesied in the book of Obadiah that all this was going to happen. And now they're going to use those same weapons against you and tear your ass up.
I got something. This is Isaiah 13:3. I have commanded my sanctified ones. I've also called my mighty ones for my anger, which those are the angels of Yahweh Shemel Shai, because the angels are the ones over there setting all this up. They're setting this battle up for Yahweh Shemel Shai to do his thing. They're like the people in the background when the movie's going on. They got they set up the scene and everything, and they have it looking all nice and pretty. But when it starts up, even them that rejoice in my highness, the noise of a multitude in the mountain, which these are all the nations, like as of a great people, what's that? I think it's tumult.
Yeah, tumultuous.
Tumultuous noise of the kingdoms.
What scripture is that?
Isaiah 13:4.
Okay.
A tumultuous noise of the kingdoms of nations gathered together. The Lord Yahweh by Shemel Shai of hosts musters the host of the battle. So the Lord is controlling all of this. He has everything being set up around the four corners of the earth. He's doing all this. He's establishing all this. Like the brother said, it's all written in the scriptures. The World War III, great death, the nations rising up against each other, was the mire mixed with clay. And they all divided, and it's just all gonna lead to one great giant, which is gonna be that World War III. The verse 5, they come from a far country from the end of heaven, even the Lord Yahweh by Shemel Shai, and the weapons of his indignation to destroy the whole land. Speaking about those nukes that all these nations are gonna ship on America. They're gonna send all their armor, every nuke that they got up, Satan 1, Satan 2, Dong Fang, everything is gonna be shipped. It's gonna be sent like a mighty archer to the shores of America, and they're going to destroy everything. It's going to destroy everything that Yahweh Shemel Shai wants it to.
Yeah. Those missiles are not just to be looked at. The missiles were set up for the last less than 100 years, 60 years to be used. The knowledge was given to them by the Most High to destroy, so they can destroy themselves, and the dual purpose. There's a dual purpose to those missiles. Putin, Vladimir Putin, is not just saying what he's saying, man. The world is not saying what they're saying to America. America is about to feel the wrath of this of being the bully, because that bully got to get old. The bully was what, like Suge Knight. Yeah. Suge Knight got his ass knocked out. So, and this is all coming from the Lord, man. All kingdoms fall. And look, this is the last go around, brothers. The time is short. The threats the warnings are being put out to America to stay out of that Syrian war, man. They already had a situation with Syria a few years back. The time is close. Anybody got something else? Okay, so with that, we want to give all praise to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, By Shem Kadash, double honor to the apostle Nelson, great millstone, peace salutation, you brothers doing this work sincerity and truth. Hey, and we almost out of here. Shalom.